Hello, folkers. I'm Copper Kelly.
And I'm Jodie Lucas, and you're welcome to the Folkin Around podcast,
your favourite country music podcast. And this week we have an interview with Kelan Browne, a young fella starting out in the country music scene. What do we talk about there in this interview, Joe?
So one of the big points we spoke about was he's currently starring on Glor Tiré alongside his mentor, Robert Mazel. So we got a really good inside look at the show and his relationship with Rob.
Yeah. And we also touched on the dangers of the social dancing scene. So we chat about that for a bit of crack as well. So for now, we'll chat to you again after the interview. But I hope you enjoy this interview with Kelan Browne. Talk to you after.
Right, Kelan, thank you so much for joining us on the podcast today. We're really excited to have you here on the Folkin Around podcast.
Thanks very much.
And for those people that are listening in that sort of don't know who you are or anything about you, give them a little bit of background about yourself and what you're about.
Well, I'm 17 and I'm just starting out in the country music scene here in Ireland, and I'm on a TV show at the minute called Glor Tiré. Everything's going good so far. We're 2 weeks in, 2 shows in really into it. So yeah, everything's been going great. I've been probably doing covers and stuff for the last 12 to 15 months, and the support's been incredible for me, and hopefully now I can get bigger and bigger with the show, I suppose.
Your live streams have been getting a lot of attention there. How do you find doing those?
No, they're good. They're great. Like, you know, there's loads of people joining from all over the world. I suppose that's what the main thing is now with social media. You can join a live stream from anywhere in the world, and it's great with meeting new people and, you know, getting to know some of your supporters and stuff. Like it's really good. Like, and you know, obviously the views and stuff has been incredible. Like, and
is there any people watching from any countries that you wouldn't expect at all?
Yeah, there's loads from Canada, Australia, Sweden, sometimes South Africa. Like it's mental. Like
but I have a few people from like the Philippines and this kind of stuff. So it's just madness. That's cool.
Mad, like,
really cool.
Yeah.
And is it really like good. 1 million views you're on now, something like that?
Yeah, I put up Hello to Ireland just over 2 weeks ago. A clip from the show, like, and it's on 1.1 million views.
Wow.
And that's it's doing well. I couldn't
How
complain
does that
with that.
feel?
Yeah, it's good. Like, I mean, like it doesn't really affect my mindset or anything. It's just, you know, you're just trying to improve all the time with you know, no matter what cover you put out or, you know, what performance you do on a TV show, it doesn't really matter. Like, it's just but like seeing the views going up every day and the notifications, it's crazy. Like, but
you're saying you're doing covers, but you're saying do a lot of covers. Are you planning to write any of your own songs, or have you written any?
Yeah, I'm already writing songs. I've been writing songs for probably about 2 years. I haven't released any or recorded anything yet, but that'll be somewhere now along the lines in the next year, I would say. And you might see maybe not this album coming, but maybe the next one after that, you might see a couple songs from me, and maybe I'll post them on my page. We'll see.
So there is an album coming then, you just said?
Yeah, we're working on an album, which should be we should be releasing the album maybe just after the show, maybe halfway through the year. We haven't set a date on it just yet, but yeah, everything looks promising, and I can't wait for it. It'll be my first album.
Have you got any singles planned already from that?
Yeah, there's a few we're working on, but obviously the studio's down in Roscommon, and I'm in Donegal, and with, you know, you can't leave 5 kilometers at the minute. It's kind of tough to get down to do the recording, but I think as soon as restrictions are open, then we'll be very busy then. But it's difficult too. I'm juggling my leaving cert and stuff, so everything's very, very hectic at the minute.
Yeah. How are you finding doing that now? You're all online, I assume.
It's very, I don't know. There's some subjects everything's grand, and then other subjects you need the help with the teachers at school. But look, it is what it is at the minute, and you just put in the work and you'll see what you get out of it at the end.
Where
and do you think with
from?
the lockdown it's go on.
I just heard Ach. So whereabouts are you from?
Where am I from?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm from Balfay in County Donegal. So we're up there at
I'm at the complete opposite end. I'm down in Wexford. So we're complete opposite end.
I think he's trying to find somebody that's near him because nobody understands what he says when he's speaking. That's what it is.
Yeah, no, I think my accent's probably stronger than his, and my slang's just a lot stronger.
I think my job on this is always just to be a bit of a translator to everybody with all the different accents that we keep having. But no, I was going to say there, so with the lockdown and obviously you're doing so much online and things like that, do you think that that's helped push you into more of the public eye because people are at home more?
Yeah, for sure. Like the whole reason I really started was because I had the time at home to do my covers and stuff, and there was no gigs or anything out the weekends anymore. And I just thought, we'll do a cover, every week, or, I started a thing back in last March, I think it was, that it was like an artist week where I'd pick an artist for the week and I would do 2 covers of their songs and then change it every week. And then I started to do the live streams then towards the summertime, and it just grew and grew and grew. And, the more shares I got, the more people tuned in, and it's grown ever since and continuing to grow.
And is it that sort of led you on to Glor Tiré? How did that come about?
Yeah, well, I've been in contact with obviously my mentor Robert for the last probably over the last year and a half, and Wayne Tiré, he mentioned to Robert about me maybe getting on the show, because we've been working with Wayne for probably over a year now.
This is Robert Mazel, of course.
Robert Mazel. Obviously, he had a talk with Wayne about me, and they just invited me onto the show, and they says, "Are you ready for this?" And I just said, "Yeah, I'm ready."
So aren't you the youngest contestant ever to be on there?
Yeah, something like that. Anyways, I'm pretty sure I am, but I'm not 100% sure.
Because we actually have spoke to somebody who, I think they applied for it and was told that I think the cutoff was 18, but imagine you've got it because of you turn 18 whilst it's on, don't you?
Yeah, I turned 18 2 days after the first eliminations. So I'm pretty sure that's the only reason I got in. So I got lucky with that one. But more or less.
I think it's either going to be a really good 18th or a really bad one if that's the elimination 2 days before.
Yeah, well, I look at it as, if I get put out, then so be it. But it's just how you pick yourself up after and carry on, and you take what you learn and you put it into your future, and then just see where it goes then.
Well, we were, just before we've come on to you, we were talking to Chantal Padden, who obviously she started out on Glor Tiré as well. She was saying she came fourth, and she did ask us to tell you that she has been watching your journey on there and has been really enjoying it. And she said that just a bit of advice is that, learn everything you can from it. I think she said that, it was one of the best experiences she ever did. Even though she didn't win, she learned a lot from it that she's still using now in everyday life. But also don't be too disappointed if, things don't go too well on it. It all happens for a reason, really. So she was very positive about the whole experience, but you've definitely got a supporter there as well.
Yeah, no, I get it. I'm not. Yeah, exactly. Like there's only positive that can come from it. Like, listen, I'm 17, turning 18 during the show. Like, I'm still young, so it's not all or nothing, really. Like, it's just what I take from the show is what I put into my future and my music. So we'll see what happens and take it step by step.
So
what would be the ultimate goal music wise?
What
would be the ultimate goal music wise?
Well, I have an idea in my mind, which would be across the water, but I'm not going to put a specific goal. Well, I do have a specific goal, but a wise man once told me, show never tell. So
That's
step by step, I'll start to show my intentions, and we'll see what happens, because there'll be people waiting for you to fall, and I'm not going to give them the opportunity to watch me fall.
That's it.
Very wise.
And you're saying that you're 17, so you're a different generation to the two of us. But what kind of music taste are among your friends, let's say? Because is country a big thing, or is it just kind of yourself? Are you on your own with that, or?
If I went to a party and somebody passed me the phone I'd be sitting there playing George Jones and Merle Haggard, and they'd want to be hearing Medusa and all these, you know, like different things. Like, and I just like, I don't really have a specific, you know, like playlist. Like I could have literally like Portuguese samba music mixed in with George Jones and Michael Jackson. Like it's literally just, yeah, exactly. Like I listen to everything, and I suppose that's very important when you're an artist, because you take different things from different people and different genres, and you find that's how you find your own style and your own.
You're writing your own song now. You'll get influence from all these different places, and then you'll make your own sound that'll completely unique. Yeah,
exactly. That's the goal, anyways, and we'll see what happens. I'm definitely looking to stick around. I think my forte is old country.
That's
and I like what the meaning of it is, and I think nowadays when you turn on the radio, when you hear country pop, it takes away from the whole meaning of country music, and I would like to bring that back and help, you know, my generation to appreciate what a good country song is. 3
chords and the truth. That's all you need.
Yeah. Very simple.
Yeah,
very simple.
So I was going to say, we've also got some fan questions that have come in, if that's all right, which we're just going to throw at you and give out a couple of shout outs as well. So we've had, we've covered it a little bit. Aoife O'Connor has asked, if you were to ever do songwriting, which obviously you've touched on a little bit, how different do you think it would be putting out a self-written song and a cover? How do you think the response would be different?
Well, I think you're singing from someone else's perspective when you're singing someone else's song, and you can hide behind their lyrics, but you can't hide behind your own. And I think that you're really putting out to the world the experiences that you've gone through, and you know your words is what really is going to tell a story to people, and how you sing it then is how people are going to connect it. And I think that I'm definitely excited to write my own songs anyways, that's for sure. Like, and my main goal would is for people to, you know, listen to my lyrics and think that's a good old country song because it's a story. And, you know, once you start singing it, then you show your meaning behind it, and that's what connects people. And I think, that's the main thing for me.
Excellent.
So obviously, Copper, you do a lot of sort of songwriting yourself, and you've released a lot of your own stuff. What advice would you give somebody like Kelan who's just starting out in that?
I think the worst thing to do is sit down with a blank sheet of paper and a pen in front of you and go, I'm going to write a song. Because for me, that doesn't work. I need like a line or inspiration. So, there's a good line that could be the name of a song. Now I'll fill out the rest. Or another major thing as well is when you are writing a song, don't be thinking, what are people going to be here? You know, what are people going to think of this? You know, as you're writing it, because the best thing to do is write for yourself, and then when you're finished, think, maybe I could release that because people might like that, or you know, whatever. So it's trying not to.
I think if you're happy yourself, then people will be happy.
Yeah.
I think
listen to yourself.
How I normally write songs is like the first couple of songs I ever wrote, I was in bed 4:00 in the morning, and I would wake up with 2 lines in my head singing it. And in 5-10 minutes, I'd have the whole song written out, and I'd have it voice recorded into my phone.
Wow!
So then I woke up. Exactly. Like you can't really force a song out.
No.
You know, a certain song with certain words comes at a certain time, and I think. Well, I mean, like if you sit down with a bunch of songwriters, I think maybe then you can force a song out, but you know, because you have different perspectives from different people and their experiences. But I think once you're writing your own songs, you can't really you can't really force anything. Like it has to be natural, and that's the only way you're going to get a number one hit, I think.
Definitely.
That's true.
So somebody else that's messaged us is Katrina. So she's asked, what are your interests outside of music? What do you like to do in your spare time?
Well, I'm a teenager. I like to sleep. I like to just, I'm very active. I like to do my workouts and stuff. I like the gym. I like football. Football's my big one. Obviously, I mean, you can't really go away from music if you're a musician. Everyone knows that even your pastimes, music is your passion. Like, so I just like to watch football. I like to watch Netflix. I like to sleep. I like to work hard on my books and stuff. And yeah, just I like to be a normal teenager.
Yeah.
Same as Copper, really, to be fair. You still do that at, well, I won't say your age.
Who are your influences? Obviously, George Jones is a big one for you, because you did a cover of Hello Darling, which is fantastic, by the way. But who else would you...
No. Hello Darling. Hello Darling's Conway Twitty classic.
Did I say...
No, you did. No, see, I'll correct you. I might be 17.
He'll be really annoyed now that he got that wrong.
Because I do tight fitting jeans, so I know Conway's Twitty stuff. But yeah, Mac, I've been recording for 3 hours today, so. But yeah, of course, Conway Twitty. But you also mentioned George Jones, so there we go. Mixed up my head. But Conway Twitty, George Jones, they're big influence on you, obviously. Who else would you count in that?
Merle Haggard.
Oh, definitely.
For sure. Obviously more recently, Luke Combs, Gareth Brooks, Alan Jackson, Randy Travis. I mean, like the list goes on.
So very American, like myself.
I think sometimes what can be missing in Irish country music is a real story and a real appreciative song, and I think that's what I can offer. When it comes to Irish country music, I think that's what I'm coming to do, and I'd like to be, my own style, and for people to know straight away, look, that's Kelan Browne. Whenever they hear on the radio, like it's something that is very important to me, and I think in terms of country music, I'd say they're my biggest ones, but I think there's loads outside of country music as well that really influenced me. And I mean, I'm not all country, as some people. Like, I like to dress in denim stuff. I like to dress, and I'm not the one to wear a cowboy hat and Stetsons and I'm not going to pretend that I'm something that I'm not. But I don't think that should matter once I step out onto a stage with a country song ready to sing, and the way I sing it, that that's really what defines country. Yeah. And I think that's what over time I will obviously show people, and hopefully people will appreciate that.
And you're still young, so I guess your style and things will still sort of develop, and you'll find your own way and your own sort of genre to build, really.
Yeah, just like styles changing all the time. Like, I mean, you go with. I've never been one to follow the sheep or follow the herd, but I always like to dress differently and like to stand out from people. Like, so like my friends could be wearing a pair of skinny tracksuit bottoms. Yeah, my Disney jumper. I like, No, like I'm open to everything. Like, really, like I just
like the typical Irish country. I think that they're like, everyone needs a waistcoat. You need to go and get a waistcoat, and that's what you need to wear on stage.
Yeah, no, well, I mean, like it depends. It depends where you are. Like you're setting. If you're on TV and stuff, obviously things have to look well. Like, and the lighting and stuff. Like you have to. I suppose when you're wearing stuff, I think it has to match to a degree what you're singing, and it's just the setting as well. Like, but I'd be more comfortable wearing a hoodie and a pair of ripped jeans than I would be wearing a suit. Like, and like that's just me. Like, there's other people who might prefer their waistcoat because it makes them feel more confident or whatever, but I definitely like my denim stuff. Anyways, that's my style.
Same. But you do scrub up well now for that in that 3-piece suit. Fair play to you.
Yeah, I like the one that done there last week with Robert on that show, but the one before that, it wasn't. When I look back at it now, I think I should have left the top button open.
We all do that though. We always watch ourselves back and think, oh, we should have done this differently and things.
I'm always one to criticize myself. Like I'm my
That top button
biggest
just
critic.
ruined the whole performance.
The whole thing just down the drain because of the top button.
And obviously you've touched on your mentor, Robert Mazel. How's it been working with him, and how are you finding that sort of relationship that you're building with him?
Yeah, he's great. Like, I mean, his style of country music is American because obviously, I mean, he's from Louisiana and he knows what it's about. Like, but I think there's no other person in Irish country music that could have helped me as much as him in terms of the style and, you know, what meaning behind every word is. And you get along with him too. Like, he's great crack. He's sound, and I mean, obviously we've got a few things, you know, up our sleeve maybe to help go on, push on with the show. Like, and he's more experienced than enough, like, to help me move on through the competition, and you know, even further on past the competition as well.
Do you think we'll see a duet between the two of you
on the show,
or as a single? Either trying to get an exclusive.
Maybe. I'm sure we could maybe work something out, but at the moment we're kind of just focusing on the one thing, which is getting my songs released first, and we'll see what happens then. But yeah, it'd definitely be something I'd look forward to anyways.
And how was it releasing Hello Darling? Because was that your first single that you released?
Yeah. It was a long time coming. I mean, everything was a slow process. I think I started recording it in October 2019.
Wow.
And it wasn't released until December there of 2020. So, but I suppose COVID had a big part to play in that, and, you know, different things. Like, but yeah, it was definitely worth the wait. Like, the response has been top class from everybody. Like, it's, you know, produced and everything by Wayne Thoreau's. He's unreal. He's just top class. Like, he's you know, I don't think I could have got a better man to do it. And yeah, definitely we'll keep working with him for the next few years anyways, that's for sure.
I think definitely, I know Chantel said this as well, sometimes it is, as bad as it sounds, it's who you know sometimes and who's willing to take that chance with you to really help you get to the next level. And I think definitely people like sort of Rob and Wayne, definitely people to keep on side, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. It's all about, you know, that these people have more experience than enough in the industry, and, you know, they know all these different people, and they can help you with what they've experienced and the people that they've met, and, you know, that's very important when it comes to the music industry, because it's not a very easy industry to go into, like, especially at 17 years of age. So yeah, look, there's a lot to learn from them boys, and definitely they'll definitely be good crack anyways going forward as well.
And where do you see yourself performing in future? Do you think that you'll be off doing the dances, or are you going to be more of a concert hall? What do you see for yourself?
I'm open to everything really. Like, there's, like, if I get a gig in a concert hall, of course I will do it. If there's, you know, a guest spot or something in with Robert maybe in a hall, dance hall, then fine. I'll you know, it's all about adapting to your, you know, to what people like. And, you know, I haven't really been out to understand what people would like to hear me sing yet. But from my live streams and stuff on Facebook, you get a gist of what people want me to hear, or want me to sing. And I think expand more and more as I go out into the actual music scene.
And you've got quite a musical family as well, haven't you? How's that sort of pushed you in this direction, really?
I mean, I couldn't have missed it. Like, there's always going to be some music in my head. Like, but yeah, my mum sings. She's an unreal singer. My dad sings. He's been singing for years. He still sings. My granddad used to be in a band years ago called Gentle Breeze, and he used to used to be good fun and stuff for him, and he'd tell you a thing or two about the music business and the crack he had and the people he met. But I mean, there's loads of people to learn from, and that's all the better for me.
Yeah. And are you somebody that, did you go to, I say when you're younger, obviously you're still young, are you somebody that's sort of grown up going to the dances in Ireland and being on the Irish country scene, or not so much?
No, I actually haven't. I've been to two or three of Robert's shows and stuff, like dances and stuff, but never ever was one to go to the dances because I still can't even jive. I mean, there's no point. I'm not going to stand there looking, just completely zoned out of it. Like, but
they're eye opener, aren't they? Because I think I was just going to say, Copper, you've only been to one, haven't you? I think you went to Stuart Miles.
I've been to one there. I just went to see Stuart Miles there one time in New Ross, and I was just shocked by the passion of the dancers. Like, if you get caught on the floor, you get smacked and you probably get knocked the hell out. But like, I've been to like all these different metal gigs and stuff. I've been like Slayer and all this. I've been up front and I stand beside like 7-foot bikers about to go into a mosh pit, and I feel safer there than I would on the country, the social dancing floor. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It is hardcore.
you have like great dancers there, and then you're trying to like do something, and it's just people looking at you like, what is that?
Yeah.
Like, it's like, do it properly, or like you're gonna be just shamed by people dancing really, really well.
See, my trick is just, I don't care what people think. I'm just out there doing all the wrong steps. They definitely get sort of like elbowed by people and things. I think, well, you've got to have fun, haven't you? Yeah,
I like, that's what you want. Like, that's your, that's people's regular Saturday night or Friday night or whatever it is. Like, so that's what they get the most enjoyment out of that. Like, so that's what gets them out of the house at the weekend. I would say it's tough now that people don't have that.
So I just want to quickly go back to Glor Tiré. Obviously, this episode will be out whilst the initial voting's still sort of happening. So how can people support you through Glor Tiré? What's that sort of process look like?
Yeah, there is an app. If you go if you're on an iPhone or an Apple device, you can download it on the App Store. You just search up Glor Tiré and it should be up there. You just put in your email address and you get 5 free votes, and you can obviously vote for your favorite contestant, which hopefully will be me. But there's additional charges in it as well if you'd like to get more votes or support your favorite act. And again,
I did see somebody comment on one of your things. They just spent £35 on voting for you, so people are taking it seriously.
It's great, like the support I have, and I do whatever I can to help them out. I suppose, like, I give them a shout out or anything on my live streams and stuff, because they're the people that are going to show up to your gigs, and they're the people that are going to push you to keep going in your times like maybe you wouldn't want to keep going. And I think to have the support I do at 17 is brilliant. Like, and I can only say thanks to everyone.
And isn't it right that people have to vote each week? Don't they go back down to 0? Is that right?
Yeah, I think the first 2 shows, obviously, they'll be voting now open until the 2nd of March, and then that closes then, and then obviously somebody is eliminated, and then it goes back to 0. And then you have to vote then from the 2nd of March then to the 9th of March. And then again, it goes back to 0. So it's kind of just each week you have to consistently keep voting, and you have to keep people interested. And, that's how the competition's going to go.
That's it.
Brilliant. Well, I think Copper's got some random quick-fire questions for you that I think he's going to do.
Random questions. So,
nice.
Well, actually, there's the same random questions every week, but they're random to you, I guess. But, right, you're obviously 17, but have you, probably before your time, but what was your first CD that you ever bought, or have you bought a CD?
Oh, the first
downloaded.
Downloaded.
The first CD that I had was a Bruno Mars album.
Oh yeah.
Called Unorthodox Jukebox.
Yeah. And
I absolutely adore Bruno Mars. I think he's class.
Great singer.
And I like I love dancing. Like, I love dancing. I didn't say I was good at dancing. Don't.
I was going to say, we just spoke about jiving and there was a big no for that.
Don't get it confused now. I like dancing by myself in a bare room with just music. And but like Bruno Mars was definitely the first album I ever bought, like, and then it was years and years, and Jonas Brothers. I love the Jonas Brothers.
No harm. They get a bit of a rap, alright, but they're actually really talented.
They're brilliant. Like, I used to love them years ago, like when I was, younger, like, and I used to sing away to all the songs and stuff. Like, I was wee fanboy, like, but it's changed now.
I think Derek Ryan's released one of their songs, hasn't he? Can't remember off the top of my head. Yeah. He turned one of their songs into an acapella. One of their most recent ones. It was recent, and I literally can't off the top of my head.
Oh, yeah.
I know the video of it was very 60s, like Grease and things. And then Derek turned it into this like acoustic ballad. It was, is it What a Man's Gotta Do? That's what it is.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, he made it into this really nice acoustic.
Cool. Another quick question for you then. If you have a dinner party and you could invite anyone, 3 people, alive or dead, who would you invite and why?
Ooh. I would invite. That's a tough one.
Oh.
I would, alive or dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any point in time.
Right. George Jones. Not Merle Haggard. Michael Jackson.
Why not Merle Haggard?
I love how he just got like demoted then. He was like, nah, he's not good enough.
No, I just thought about it, and I want to have like a variation, like, like different people, like, so, because you don't want to have like the same country conversation over and over and over again. So probably Michael Jackson, George Jones, and I'll go for an actor now.
See, I thought you'd go for a footballer or something.
Nah, footballers, but boring. I mean, they spend their whole life just in the gym and going to the training.
Much talk about, really, would they?
Same thing. Yeah, not really, nah. But I'd go for maybe Denzel Washington.
Oh yeah,
nice.
Yeah, I like him.
It's good table there anyway. Yeah, definitely, fair play.
Yeah, can we come as well?
Yeah, that's all right. If you bring chairs and some presents or whatever.
Well, we can't be bringing booze.
Nah. Cut.
But another question: desert island discs. So, if you were washed up on an island, what 3 albums would you have that you could listen to all day, every day, and wouldn't get sick of?
What You See Is What You Get, Luke Combs.
Okay, fair play.
I would go for, I'm not sure which one of Michael Jackson's. I'd definitely go for one of his.
Yeah.
Just a greatest hits compilation.
Yeah, just that. Every one of his songs. And then I would go for I don't know, just like a mix of like samba music so I can dance by myself.
Oh, good. Yeah.
I noticed there was no Copper Kelly on there.
Nah.
Don't mind him. So just to wrap up our interview, thanks very much for coming on. But where can people actually find you on socials?
Yeah, thanks for having me. Everybody can find me on Kelan Browne Music. That's my tag for everything. Like, so you can find me on Instagram. You can find me on Facebook, TikTok. I don't really do much on TikTok, to be fair. I'm not really that kind of person to be on TikTok very much. But yeah, Facebook is the main one. Instagram, I'm trying to bump up a wee bit more. YouTube again, Kelan Browne Music. Yeah, that's really it. Like, I'd be posting regularly, and hopefully I'll be putting up some more covers and stuff now in the next while, because I mean I haven't been very active in terms of covers and stuff last while. So we'll see. We'll get some new covers and stuff up, and yeah, hopefully people enjoy.
Catch you back on Glor Tiré?
So I won't be back on until the 2nd of March. That's the next elimination shows, but it's the first live shows, which I'm not sure how to feel about. So But
have you got your outfit sorted, like priorities?
No. We need to get that sorted.
The Fantasia
very
hoodie
fast.
would be perfect. Just going.
Me too. Like I need some more Disney stuff. Like I need to get like
sponsorship.
Yeah. I need to get signed to Disney and get a lot of free hoodies and stuff. But, now we'll see. I'm excited for the shows, and we'll see what happens now over the next.
And are you singing on
months.
the elimination round?
I think so. I'm pretty sure. Not even sure. Yeah, we're still yet to get everything confirmed, because obviously, things with lockdown and stuff. I think we're in lockdown to the 6th of March or something, and it's on the 2nd of March. So we're not 100% sure just yet. But in the meantime, it's set for the 2nd of March. So we'll see.
You might end up having to do it through Zoom or something.
No.
Actually, when we were talking to Chantel, she was saying some of her auditions were done through Zoom.
I know. That's it's mad. Like I couldn't do any of that. Like I'd go off my rocker. I couldn't stand it. Like you just don't get the same feeling singing to a camera on your phone.
No, definitely.
You just wait for the applause at the end and nothing happens.
It's like it's just a lag for like 10 minutes, and then it's like.
I'm sure your mum's there clapping for you all the time.
Yeah, well, no, actually, whenever I do my live streams and stuff, like there's nobody beside me. Like, I think I done one live stream, like because like I get too carried away, then I get too comfortable with people around me. Then like I'd be too giddy then, and just the relaxed Kelan comes out. Then it can be a wee bit too much.
You're not going to be pulling your mum up for a song on the lives then.
Oh, we'll see just yet. We'll get her. She's very shy, like so.
I'll put a few requests in. I'll start in the comments.
Yeah. I mean, we'll get spamming in the comments. Just give mum up for a song. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. So
lovely. Well, it's been really, really good to talk to you today. Thank you so much for taking the time to speak to us.
Yeah, thanks very much. I've enjoyed every second though. Good crack.
Lovely, and best of luck on Glor Tiré.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Break a leg, as you say. So that was our interview with Kelan Browne. Good chap he was. So Joe, where can people catch him?
So he's currently a contestant on Glor Tiré. The voting is open at the moment. If you want to download the Glor Tiré app, and you'll be able to vote for Kelan through there. I believe you get 5 free votes to start with. And he'll be next on your screens around about the 6th of March, I think it is, which is when this round of voting will close. So best of luck from both of us to Kelan on Glor Tiré this year. And so now we're going to move on to our album club.
Yes, this is our new thing we want to start now. We'll do it once a week. And this will be where each of us would recommend an album for the other to listen to. And of course, join along yourselves if you want to listen to the albums, and let us know what you thought of them in our comments on socials or whatever. Do please let us know. But for now, my recommendation for this week was Starting Over by Chris Stapleton. So Joe, what did you think of it?
It was a brilliant album. I can't believe I hadn't downloaded it actually before you'd said about it, so I felt a bit guilty. But
it just came out literally a few weeks ago, so
I'm not that behind. So yeah, it's proper country, isn't it? It's really back to roots. It's Starting Over. Brilliant name for it. Really, really good, wholesome. It's a good storytelling album. There's a few songs on there that I really, really liked. It's the sort of thing I would love to just play when I'm driving in the car. Not that we're going out that much at the moment, but just to feel good, sitting in the car, good songs. The standout for me, because I'm a bit of a soppy animal lover, was Maggie's song.
Oh, definitely.
I was almost in tears to it. I just thought it was beautiful, nice story. And I think it really shows that, obviously, yourself as a songwriter will know this, but you can write a song about anything. Like literally, that was a beautiful song about a dog.
Yeah, the family
and it sounds
dog,
so silly when you're just like, I'm going to write a song about a dog, but it just works. And I think that if you've got that gift and that talent, you've got it, and you could
Yeah.
write about anything, and I was hooked straight away.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was a standout song for me. But
And the thing about that song, actually, I just was reading a little bit of an interview. It's a very sad song about his family pet, his family dog dying eventually, having to bury him under a tree on top of a hill, I think it was.
Yeah.
But I was reading about, as he was recording it, he was actually crying, and they had to come back and just kind of replace a few words here and there because it was like unintelligible, because you can kind of hear it in his voice, but
it's really
hard.
Emotional. Yeah. And I think that's what get it. And as I say, choked me up a little bit. I lost both of my dogs last year, so it really makes you think, and it's nice. You get so many songs about tractors and love and things like this. That, I really, really enjoyed that one.
Yeah, and
good recommendation.
It is because it's that pure vintage kind of outlaw country sound that I connect with immediately. As soon as I hear Chris Stapleton, you know his voice immediately.
Yeah.
And then the sound of the guitars and drums, the whole production is just so warm and inviting, and it just kind of gives you the big hug. And it's just you get lost in it. And there's very few country singers out there that have that soul. He has pure soul in his voice, and it's just it's absolutely special. And really recommend, if anyone hasn't heard it, do
definitely
go and have a listen to it. And, yeah, definitely. But what did you suggest for me? Well, I know what you suggested, but tell me again, tell the audience.
So my suggestion for you, I did get the title slightly wrong. So is Derek Ryan's The Nashville Songbook. The official title is This Is Me.
Yeah.
So yeah, what did you think of it?
Yeah, good song. I must have listened to it about 3 times this last week. So it's absolutely solid from start to finish. It's about, let me see, I'll just bring up the song list in front of me. It's about 10 songs or something, I think. Where are you?
It's around 10 songs, yeah.
11 songs. And he wrote them all himself. He went to Nashville. I think you were saying he went to Nashville. He wrote them there. He recorded it there. And you can tell in the production of it, it's like super, super smooth, super just all rounded, really nice sound. And of course his voice sounds very good as well. Very good solid songwriting from start to finish, and just some nice hooks in it, like Some Days. Very good hook in that. And you have your 100 numbers, chatting about all the numbers of all the women he has on his phone. And just bragging, so he is. But then he wants a wife and a home and a garden gnome.
A garden gnome. House, 2 kids and a garden gnome.
Yeah. I never heard a song with garden gnome in it before, so that's a good one.
You do like your gnomes.
Yeah. So we have you have Fine Line as well, and just solid songs from start to finish.
Yeah, there's some, as you say, brilliant songwriting in there. So Some Days, it wasn't all written in Nashville. It was obviously all produced and things in Nashville. So Some Days was co-wrote with a good friend of mine, Jerry Carney, who I'm sure you all know, wrote the amazing song Paddy, and has wrote a lot of songs with Derek. So that was, always been one of my favorite songs. It was on an earlier album. But a song that's on there is a song called Switch, which I didn't realize until a friend actually told me. A friend saw Derek probably maybe 13 years ago, I want to say, in a talent show. And that was the song that he wrote and performed in the talent show. So
it's been going around for a while.
Yeah, it's really good to sort of come full circle, isn't it, for Derek to, write this song, go into a talent show, which he didn't win. And
I wouldn't worry about it.
No, I think he's fine with it now. But to be able to then sort of remaster that and bring it out, and obviously even 100 Numbers, that was a massive single for Derek, probably 8-9 years ago, and it's been, remastered and slight change of words and things in there. But again, a good solid song that I just, think it's a brilliant album. Yeah,
very good. Some nice hooks in it, kind of, it'll have you coming back to listen to it again. That's probably, that's a very
it's easy listening as well, isn't it?
That's a very important characteristic of an album, to actually get you come back and listen to it again. That's, that's what you want. But yeah, that's our recommendations for this week, or for last week. So let us know what you thought as well, if you want to get involved with us and get the chat going, if you want to go onto our Facebook and leave comments there or whatever. But this week we have some new recommendations for our next episode. We'll talk about in our next episode. What do you suggest this week, Joe?
So for you, I've got, it's not an album as such, it's actually an EP. So it's 6 singles, I think, on the EP. And it's a singer called Laura Aston. And the EP is called Gentle on My Mind.
Okay.
So I think you'll quite enjoy it. It's something that I don't think that you would, obviously knowing you and your music style and things, it's something that you would necessarily look at and download yourself. Laura is a country singer, amazing voice. She comes from Birmingham. So she's obviously very close to me. Doesn't sing like she's from Birmingham. And she's also signed to the same record label as Chantal Padden, who obviously we had on the show last week.
Very good.
So yeah, that's my recommendation for you this week.
Good. Looking forward to checking it out.
What will I be listening to then, Copper?
You will listen to Jason Isbell, Southeastern. Have you heard the name Jason Isbell before? No. Okay, no, he's an American guy. I think he's in, I can't exactly know where he's from. Let me see. No, check that. I think he's from Nashville.
Remind us what the album was called?
Southeastern. Yeah, so he's a guitarist and he's a singer and songwriter. And even just the very first song on this album called Cover Me Up, like I've listened to this song probably 100 times. I won't give too much away, but it is class. It's really, he's something else. He's a really, really good songwriter. American guy. And I hope you'll enjoy it now. It's really, really something else. It's something special.
Look forward to listening.
Brilliant. So that's rounding out our episode this week. And where can people find us on the old socials, Jo?
So we are on all the good socials. So Facebook, Instagram and TikTok, we are at Folkin Around Podcast. And on Twitter, we are Folkin Around Pod.
Cool. And also, I must add the old email address there. So if you have your thoughts about the albums that we're talking about, you can email it into us. We can read it out on live on air, give you a shout out on that. So it's folkinaroundpodcast@gmail.com. It's kind of just folkinaroundpodcast@gmail.com. That's it. You can email us whatever you want. If you want to talk about your favorite singer, if you want to just, tell us, give us some info or, feedback on what we're doing, feel free to do so. We might read it out on there for you. Though. Oh, be kind, of course. And where can they find you on the socials yourself, Jo?
So Facebook, Instagram and TikTok, I am at Welcome to Jodie Land. And on Twitter, I am at Welcome to Jodie. And what about yourself?
Yeah, you can get me on all the usual places, but Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You have Copper Kelly IRL on, let me see, that's Twitter. Copper Kelly Music on Facebook and Copper_Kelly on Instagram. But of course, if you just go to Google, type in Copper Kelly, first result, you'll get me no problem. And also I'm on YouTube. I have all my music videos and a few live videos and stuff on there as well. But today we're releasing this on Friday. So today I'm releasing my new single, 16 Tons. And it'll be on all streaming platforms, Spotify, Apple, Amazon, Google Play, all that kind of stuff. And I should have a music video up very shortly as well. So do please check that out and share it on if you like it and if you know someone else that might like it as well. But for now, do you have anything more to say, Jo?
No, just once again want to say best of luck to Kelan on Glor Tiré, and we're definitely behind you.
Absolutely. We'll get that app downloaded and we'll get voting. And but for now, I think we're done. So, bye, folkers.
Bye.